Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Naushad Ali. I am the organizer of this webinar. I welcome you all. Thanks for joining this webinar, and I hope everyone is safe and sound. So, just before starting the webinar, I would like to know, could you all hear me clearly? I just want to check if everything is clear. If no, kindly type on the questions so that I can know. Is there any disturbance? Okay, I think everybody is hearing me clearly, right? Okay, good. So now in this webinar, Mr. Dinesh will be taking care of this webinar. So let me hand over to Mr. Dinesh. Mr. Dinesh, the stage is yours. You can start.
Thank you, Naushad. Hello, everyone. Welcome you all for today's webinar, SolidWorks Tips and Tricks. My name is DS Kumar. I am certified SolidWorks expert handling SolidWorks technical support and training at Atmata. The main objective of this webinar is to increase your productivity by utilizing various tips and shortcuts in SolidWorks. Before starting my session, I would like to ask how many of you are using shortcuts while designing? Kindly vote this poll. Okay. Okay, good. It looks like 20 to 30% of you are using shortcuts. I wish every SolidWorks user need to use shortcuts in order to enhance their productivity. So in this session, I will show you the various tips and tricks in sketching, part and assembly creation. And also I will show you how can we minimize mouse travel. Let me start with mouse travel. How many of you know mouse travel plays an important role in our design time? If you reduce your mouse travel, you can minimize your design time. In SolidWorks, there are a number of possible ways for achieving this. Making use of mouse gesture by using shortcut bar S key and the powerful D key, which helps to bring breadcrumbs and confirmation corner to our mouse location and the keyboard shortcut. Now let's have a look. Okay. For accessing mouse gesture, hold right mouse button and you slightly move your cursor. You will have your mouse gesture. So these are all the default gesture. In case if you'd like to customize your gestures, you can. Say for example, here I need to have trim command at my gesture. So how can we do that? So for customizing mouse gesture, options, click customize. Here you will have your mouse gesture. You can customize for different modes, starting from sketch, part, assembly, and drawing. You can customize. Also, from 2 gesture to maximum 12 gesture, we can customize. Okay. While looking at this gesture, most of us would like to go with the maximum gesture 12. But if you are having experience with mouse gesture, then you know how super sensitive it is. You barely mess up your selection. So it is always, we can go with the default gesture 4. Once you are familiar with it, you can increase the gesture. Okay, fine. Now I need to have brim tool in my sketch mode. So for that, I can utilize this search bar option. So by entering the name of the command, I will get the command. So simply by drag and drop. By drag and drop, I will have my command at my gesture. Here, for example, in my part, I need to have delete face. So just enter the name. So by simple drag and drop, we can customize our gesture. Also, we are having option for print our gesture guide. If you want, you can print your gesture guide and you can place it in your workspace. Okay, fine. Here you can see. Now I am having my trim command at my mouse gesture. Next, shortcut bar. Shortcut bar S key. It is really awesome. So okay, how can I use this shortcut key? So simply by pressing S key, you will have your shortcut bar. We can also customize your shortcut bar the same way like mouse cursor. Go to option, customize shortcut bar. Like mouse gesture, for different modes you can customize. Starting from sketch to drawing, you can customize. Say for example, in sketch, I need to have point command at my shortcut bar. So what I can do, I can search for sketch tool. Okay, by selecting sketch, I will have all the tools, sketch entities as well as sketch tools in my sketching. So what I can do, by simple drag and drop. So now I have my okay. Once you customize, you can click OK. Now when I am pressing S key, I am having my shortcut bar. Here you can see the point command. Likewise, you can customize. And also it is very important, if you are not using any command, you can remove those commands from the shortcut bar. So for removing those commands, the same way you can drag and drop, put it outside. So you can drag and put it outside from the shortcut bar. Okay, next keyboard shortcuts. So the same way you can select the keyboard. In SolidWorks by default it will have their own keyboard shortcuts. So we can find those shortcuts by using command with keyboard shortcuts. Once you select command with keyboard shortcuts, so we can see the different default keyboard shortcuts. Okay. In case you like to customize your keyboard shortcuts, no problem, you can do that. So okay, now I'm going to say for example, for construction geometry, I like to create a shortcut. So I'm selecting an alphabet B. So I'd like to have this shortcut. So we can do this. Okay. Then D key, powerful D key. Once we create our sketch, what we will do in order to come out from the sketch, we will use confirmation corner, correct? So by pressing D key, it will bring confirmation corner at our mouse location. Here you can see. Okay. Now I will show you one simple example. Okay. I need to create slot at this place. Let us see how can we create the slot. Now I am using shortcut bar S key. I am taking slot from the shortcut bar. I didn't use command manager. Directly from the shortcut bar, I am accessing my command. Once I finished my sketch, I need to come out from my sketch. So I am pressing D key. So it brought the confirmation corner to my mouse location. So easily I can come out from the sketch. Then again by pressing S key, I am getting the commands in the part mode. I am getting shortcut bar command. So here I need extrude cut. So I am selecting extrude cut. So okay, once finished, again D key, confirmation. I am getting the confirmation. Okay. So I didn't travel my mouse. I didn't access command manager or confirmation corner. At my mouse location, I created this feature. Okay. Now D key not only brings confirmation corner, also breadcrumb. I will show you now. So I am having my model. So here I need to edit my fillet. So select the fillet face. So this is something called a breadcrumb. So by pressing D key, you will have your breadcrumb at your mouse location. So select the feature. You can click edit. And here you can edit, modify. Say for example, I am modifying the radius of the fillet. Once finished, you can again you can click D. It will bring the confirmation corner. Okay. By utilizing mouse gesture, S key and D key keyboard shortcuts, easily you can minimize your mouse travel. Shorter the distance you have to move your mouse, the much more efficient your designing is going to be. Now let's see what I have for you in sketching. How to auto rotate the sketch plane to normal view. And tips in PowerTrain. How can we create a tangent arc directly from the line command? How to disable auto relations? How can we create virtual arc? And how can we dimension the tangency? Now let's have a look. Okay. In SolidWorks, whenever we are editing a sketch or creating a new sketch, usually what we will do, we will select space bar and we will select normal to option, or else we will use the shortcut Control 8 in order to bring our sketch plane to normal view. In SolidWorks, we are having one settings. So options, system options, in sketch, auto rotate view. We can use this option, auto rotate view. So now I made my settings. So I am clicking OK. Now I am going to edit my sketch. So when I am editing my sketch, it automatically brings the sketch plane to normal view. Okay. Now I am going to trim my sketch entity. So we will use power trim. While using power trim, sometimes it will happen. Unfortunately, we will delete the record sketch entities. So it is very easy to undo the last selection. Simply move your cursor to this red dot. So you can undo your last selection. Looking great, correct? Yes. Also, you can use power trim for extend your sketch entity. Select the entity and drag. Select the entity and drag. So likewise, we can power extend your sketch entity. So we can trim in case if you want to undo, we can. By selecting the red dot, you can undo your last selection. And also by dragging the entity, you can extend. Okay, fine. So we can trim. Now I am going to create a line. So I am creating the line. So here I need to create an arc. So for that, I no need to come out from the line and I need to select an arc. Instead of doing that, by pressing A key, automatically I can create an arc. Okay. Okay. Now, sometimes we don't repair auto relation. Here you can see automatic relation, it is popping up. Sometimes we don't repair. So how to avoid this? So what we can do, hold control key. By holding control key, you can disable auto relations. Here you can see there is no auto relation. Okay. Now I need to have virtual sharp end between these two lines for my design requirement. So what I can do, select the two lines and point command. Select the two lines and point command. You will have your virtual sharp. And also you can customize this end, this point. Options, document properties. You are having this option. And also sometimes you know the command, but you don't know where it is. You know the settings. So what you can do, we can use the search options here. Options. So I am typing virtual. So easily we can find out the settings.
You can change settings.
Oops. Okay. Here I am selecting star. Okay. So I am getting the point. Now I can use this virtual search. For my design requirement, I can use this quite easy. Okay. Now I am going to create a slot. So okay, in SolidWorks, whenever we are dimensioning the slot, I faced this question so many times. Sir, I would like to have the maximum arc condition, but it is not possible. So what we will do, we will select the dimension and we will select leader and we will select maximum condition, maximum, correct? So instead of selecting the leader directly, we can do this. So by holding Shift key, you can select the two arc and you will get the maximum dimension condition. Okay. By having settings in our system option, we can easily auto rotate the standard plane to normal view. I shown you the tips in power trim. Easily we can undo the last selection by moving our cursor point to that red dot, and also we can power extend by dragging the sketch entity. By using the alphabet A, Directly we can create arc from the line command. By using control key, we can disable auto relations. For creating virtual shorthand, we can select the two line and select point command. For dimensioning the maximum arc condition, we can hold shift key and select the arc. Let's move on to path. So reference plane. Reference plane, these are something which we SolidWorks user need to use at all the times. So what I have for you here, there are two tips. How to create an offset plane directly on the fly, and how can we create a mid plane very quickly. Next one, command search. This is one of my favorite shortcut. Then next I will show you how can we edit any imported geometry. Then how can we create custom view, how to copy any features. Now let's have a look. So I am having my model. Now I need an plane that should be 30 mm above to my top plane. So usually what we will do, we will go to the reference geometry, we will select the plane and we will select the top plane and we will make the distance, we will specify the distance. So instead of doing that, by holding control and drag away the plane, you will have the plane, and here you can enter the dimension and you have your offset plane. It is very easy to create offset plane like this. Just control, drag away the plane. Okay, fine. Next, I need to create mid plane. So select two face and select the plane command. In SolidWorks, if you are selecting any two face and plane command, automatically you will have your mid plane. Okay. Now search command. So this is something called search command. In SolidWorks, you no need to worry about the location of the command. You no need to memorize or you no need to bother. What you can do, we can enter the name. Say for example, move face. I need to have move face. By typing the feature name, you will get that feature. Once you select that feature will activate. You can use that feature. Okay. Some designer, they will be like very curious. They would like to know the location of the feature. So what you can do? Sorry. So what you can do? You can select this eye icon. Once you select this eye icon, oh sorry. Okay. Move face. Select this eye icon. SolidWorks will automatically point out the command, the location of the command. So move face, that is located in the menu bar, insert face move. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, I am using this move feature most of the times in my design. So what I can do? So I can place that command in my command manager by simple drag and drop. You can drop that feature and drop. So now I am having my command at my command manager. Looking great, correct? Okay. Now here you can see this is the imported model. In my model, I am having some artifacts. It's supposed to be a single face, but I am having some artifacts. I need to delete this face, correct? So what we can do? So we can use the delete face command. We can use delete face, delete and patch. If you select the delete and patch, SolidWorks will automatically delete the face, error face, and automatically it will patch up with its adjacent face. Okay. Now another imported geometry, example of another imported geometry. You can see this is another imported geometry. I am having my model. When I am checking the diameter of my model, here you can see 0.04 meter. But for my design requirement, it is supposed to be 0.05. So what I can do? Here there is no feature. If you are having feature, then we can edit the feature and we can change the dia. But here there is no feature. Only we are having dump solid. But still we can change it. So how to do that? By using move face, select the face which you want to change. So specify the dimension. So you can change the diameter. Now, when I am checking the diameter, here you can see 0.05 meter. Okay. So this is view orientation. In view orientation, you will have all your standard views. All your standard views. Sometimes you may need any custom view for detailing purpose. Say for example, for my detailing, I need to have this particular view position. So what I can do, place your model as per your requirement, place your model, then go to view orientation and select new view. Select this one and you can name it. Say for example, I am naming it custom. Since it is a custom view, I am just naming it. You can name it as you like. So click OK. Now I am changing my model position. Now I need to have my custom view. Once again, go to view orientation, select your saved view position, you will get that. And also this view position will replicate in your drawing also. In view palette, you will have this drawing view. Okay, now I'm having my bracket. Now I need to have whole feature, correct? So for that, I don't need to go with the feature because already I'm having feature here. So I can use this feature. So I can use this feature by holding control key, control and drag and drop. So easily I can copy. Okay. In reference plane, I shown you there are two tips. One is like how to create an offset plane directly on the plane. So by simply hold control key, drag away the plane, you will have your offset plane. And for creating mid plane, you can select any two trace and plane command, you will have your mid plane. Command search. In SolidWorks, you can access any command within a matter of seconds by using this search command. Next, by using move face and delete face, you can edit any imported geometry. Okay. By using new view in view orientation, you can create your own custom view for your detailing purpose. By holding control and drag, you can copy any features. Okay. Let's move on to assembly. In assembly, I will show you the various tips for navigating assembly and will show you the tips on assembly made and also other assembly tips. Now let's have a look. In SolidWorks, it is very easy to access any components by using this search filter. Say for example, I need to make some modification on spider component. What I can do, I can just enter the name, you will have your component. So from here, you can select the component, and if you want to modify the component, you can select edit part and you can make your modification. It is as simple like that. Okay, fine. Okay. Sometimes we need to hide the component. So for hiding the component, usually what we will do, we will right click the component either from the graphics area or from the feature manager, and we will select hide components. So we can do the same by using the shortcut tab key. So by holding the tab key, you can move your cursor, automatically it will hide the component. Okay. How to bring those components back? Again, shift tab. You can use shift tab. So for tab to hide the component, for tab key you can hide the component, shift tab for show the component. Okay. Now we need to know the hidden components. In case if you are working with very large assembly, you are not sure whether all components we have shown or still some components is in the hidden state. So what you can do? You can right click the graphics area. You can select show hidden components. Here you can see this pin still it is in the hidden state. So how to show this component? Either you can select, you can just click the component, automatically you will have. Here you can see. This is one way. Okay. Now I am hiding some components. Sometimes you may need to show all the components by a single click. So we can do that by right click at the top level component name, and you can select show with dependence. Once you are selecting show with the dependents, you will have all the components in shown state. You can also cross check by right click. You can select show hidden components. Show hidden components. There is no component in the hidden state. Okay. Now, okay. When you are making any selection through the transparent component, by default in SolidWorks, by default what will happen in SolidWorks, it will select through the transparent part to whatever part your behind it is. Here it is spider because spider is located behind to this transparent component. In a smarter way, what we will do, we will select here, correct? Okay, fine. Just assume there are some components behind to this. So what we can do? So by holding Shift key, we can make a transparent selection. By holding Shift, we can make a selection of transparent component. Okay, next, folder creation in Feature Manager. As assembly gets more and more complex with more and more sub-assembly and also components, folder become very important. So how can we do that? You can right click any component and you can select add to new folder. Say for example here I am naming it pin. I am naming it pin. So I am going to place all my pin components to this folder so that I can access my pin in very easier way. It is very easy for sorting and organizing the system of parts in the folder by simple drag and drop. These are some of the tips which helps for navigating assemblies. Next, let us move on to the mate. Okay, when you are looking at my assembly, still it is incomplete, correct? So I need to make this pin, and also I need to insert 2 more pin, and I supposed to complete, correct? Okay, now I am having pin in my assembly, and also I need 2 more pins, but 2 more short pins are not there. So what I can do, I can make use of copy components by control and drag the components. You will have the copy of components. Control drag, and also you can change the configuration. Select the component, you can make the selections. I need 2 short pins, correct? 1 long pin, 2 short pins. So again, by holding control key, I can copy 1 more component. Okay. Now I am going to make this pin to my assembly. By holding Alt key, and select the face, you will have the mate, automatic mate. Here you can see the symbolic representation, 2 cylinder like symbol, it represents concentric mate. So this is something called smart mate. And also you can select the face. I am selecting the 2 face. Automatically in context toolbar, you will have your mate. Based on the selection, you will have your mate. Sometimes when you are moving your cursor away from this, the context toolbar will disappear, correct? So how to bring that back? So you can enter control key. You can enter control key, then again you will have your context toolbar. Then you can select. Okay. Now I am changing the transparency state for my convenience. Okay, fine. Now I am going to, now I need to make this 2 short pin over to this component, correct? So for this, what we will do, we will select these 2 face concentric, and again select this face, select another pin concentric. So instead of mating it 2 times, I can complete it within a single command. Here you can see. So we are having an option called multiple mate mode. In multiple mate mode, we need to specify one common reference, and here we can specify n number of component reference. So here here in our model, common reference is this face, component reference. So this pin face. So once you are selecting, automatically you will get the mate. In a single mate command, so here I completed concentric mate between these 2 pins, correct? Okay. Now we can select the face, we can mate. You can select the face and you can mate. Okay. Now I complete my assembly. These are some of the tips which help to create mate in a very easier way. Okay. Other assembly tips, like sometimes we will use certain components in our assembly only for reference purpose. we don't require those components in our bill of material as well as for mass calculation. So what we can do, we can change the component as an envelope. Say for example, here I am having one component called reference component. So right click that component, select component properties. Here you will find an option called envelope. You can select the option envelope, click OK. Once you make the component as envelope, the graphical appearance will change. So it indicates that this component is an envelope, and also in feature manager, you can see envelope like symbol. This indicates that this component is an envelope component. Okay. Data communication, that is very, very important. So most of the time we need to share our assembly, correct? If you are sending only your assembly file, it will not open, correct? Because we need to send all referenced components. So easily we can transfer. So by utilizing the option called pack and go, file, pack and go, you will have all the components in your assembly. Here you are having an option. You can save it in particular folder, or else you can save as a zip file. And you can browse and you can put it in one folder, and you can make that as a zip file, and you can share this file. Okay. By using envelope, you can avoid that component. Okay, I will show you that also. Now I am taking bill of material for that. Here you can see I am not having the component, reference component, and also if you check the mass, you will not get the mass of this component. And for transferring the assembly file, you can use file, pack and go. So I shown you the various tips for navigating the assembly and for creating, how can we create mates very quickly. I shown some of the tips, and I shown you the envelope and the pack and go option in our assembly. By having all the tips and tricks, easily you can create your design, correct? Any questions? Okay, fine. So you can contact us through the email ID. You can find it here for any SolidWorks support. Thanks for your time. Hope you have learned some more tips and tricks in SolidWorks. We will see you with our upcoming webinars. Once again, thank you so much for your time.